Welcome back to the Business of Becoming. I'm your host, Steffany. And today I am going to be talking a little bit about what you guys have asked me recently. Some of you have asked me, what's my daily routine? And some of you guys have wanted me to vlog it. Some of you guys have wanted me to share like my secrets. And honestly, I'm going to be 100% real with you guys. There's no secret. I don't have a daily routine. I'm a mom. I'm a business owner. I travel a lot for work. And I'm a daughter. Like, I have so many different roles and responsibilities that there's not really a routine. And I want to be very honest. Today, it's basically me just telling you that I live by my calendar. And that is the one non-negotiable in my work-life, personal life balance is my calendar. So I'm going to dive a little bit into what that looks like, how I've structured my calendar to make my life feel normal and productive. My biggest thing is that I just don't wing it. You know, I've gone through so much of my life winging things and just making it happen that when it comes to time, now as an adult, my time is so important and it's so valuable. And it's so limited because it gets consumed by everything else other than like what I actually want sometimes. So I don't wing it, I plan it. And when I plan it, a lot of the anxiety and the stress just kind of goes out the window. So I'll give you an example. On weeks that I know I'm going to be traveling, I spend shorter days in the office. I maximize my time at work, 3 to 4 hours max. I'm locked in, I'm here, and I'm out because I know that I'm going to be spending 2, 3, 4 days out of town, and I won't be able to spend that time with my kids. So that week, I prioritize the time that I am here with my kids. And I'm only at work in the times where my daughter's in school. When I say my calendar is my backbone, like, that is me. You look at my calendar and you'll see who Steffany is and what she prioritizes and what she makes time for. And my personal calendar is on my work calendar. Like, my office knows that my eyebrow appointment is on there. My nail appointment is on there. My hair appointment is on there because self-love is love. And I don't know if this happens to you guys where if I'm not structured, I think I got all the time in the world. I think I've got all the time in the world to do this. I can do it later. I can do it tomorrow. I can do it next week. It's not a big deal. And then I'm running to one fire after the other. I'm jumping on a call. I'm handling a small task. And by the time I know it, the day's gone. And I really haven't done much. I've just done things here and there, and nothing's fully accomplished. Some of you are getting into a new relationship, and that also needs to take time for you to invest into it, for you to make time for that. And if you're not structured in what you are already doing, it's going to bleed into that. And it's not going to be a great way to start something new. We're going to go down into the trickle effect, which is when you don't finish, right, at work, and that starts trickling down into all your personal time, into workouts, because I love the gym, and that's such a big part of my life. It's like my mental health part. It becomes chaotic, and you're stressed out, you're overwhelmed, you're tired, you're frustrated, because you feel like you didn't get much done, right? And then you start feeling annoyed, and then you're not even fun to be around because you're like trying to contain life and you're trying to contain yourself. Like, no. Like, you can control chaos by at least trying. Nothing's going to always go to plan, but you can try to plan as best as you can to accomplish things on your calendar and to make yourself somebody who is responsible enough to at least live some sort of structured life. So if you are calendared and structured, you can accomplish these tasks, and then you give yourself that freedom to breathe and say, okay, like, I can do this. And then you can plan around your life. Like, I plan vacations. I was just talking about Thanksgiving, and we're in February. Like, I plan trips as far as I can. I love spontaneity. Do not get me wrong. Your girl loves to be surprised with trips and all the fun stuff. But bigger trips, longer trips, the ones that I'm not going to be on with my kids, I have to plan those in advance. And if I'm so damn overwhelmed and just frustrated all the time because my life is just chaotic and it's not organized, then I am no fun to be around. And you are no fun to be around. That's not the version of you that you even love. And that's what I'm trying to motivate you guys to understand, that like, even if it's not a trip to Antigua, even if it's just a weekend where you're home and it's a staycation, because that's what you can afford right now. Like, you want to be able to sit down, watch Netflix, and completely chill. And you can do that. You can control the chaos in your life if you organize yourself, dear, because it is a possibility where you can do that and not feel like you're failing, not feel like you're behind, and not be frustrated. Because that is the one thing us as moms, entrepreneurs, leaders, we struggle with that self-love, self-care, that those selfish little moments that we get to ourselves. Some of you need that liberty, and you're thinking that liberty, you're going to get it because you're going to work hard to get that. But honestly, it's not working hard. It's working smart, and it's working organized. Because if you're organized and you can get this stuff done, maybe you don't even need to work that hard. Things come to you when you make room for it. Blessings come to you when you make room for it. My calendar, it gives my chaos boundaries because my life is chaotic and I love it. But it gives my chaos some boundaries, and it really helps me focus on what I'm going to be doing this month. You know, I plan most of my weeks way in advance. So going into February, I already know what it's going to look like. I already know it's going to be really work heavy. So I know my March, you know, I'll make that time for it to be a little slower, or make time for me a little bit. My calendar kind of allows me to know when's my next chance to breathe, you know, and to look for hope in moments where I know it could be pretty crazy. You got to make time for what's important to you, and you have to calendar it and structure it so that way you're accountable to yourself, and those people around you actually respect you because they respect the respect you have for yourself. Especially weekly, I mean, I look at it because it helps me not feel pressure but feel direction. And I think that's something that's so key to a lot of us that are, you know, restructuring our life or really getting back into it. You know, it's a new year. We don't want it to be the same as last year. And I really feel that hopefully this lands with somebody, that it's not about pressure. It's not about how much can you pack in a week. It's about how can you direct your week, how can you direct your month, and then later your quarter, and then thus forward your, you know, year. You want to have direction so that you can feel productive. I don't feel like I'm failing when I'm able to do these things, when I'm able to accomplish them, even if they took me longer or whatever the case may be. Like, I don't feel behind because it's like, okay, I got this done. I set myself to do this today. It was on it. Great. This lifestyle works for me. You know, the non-routine, but more flexibility and more structured prioritization in my time, dictating whether it's going to be a, you know, work heavy month, or is it going to be a traveling month, or is it going to be a more, you know, at home being grounded month. That works so well with me because it allows me to fill in the gaps, you know, in the weekdays of, okay, this is more of a work day then, and it allows for success to continue to bloom in my life. And with that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys for spending time with me. And I'm super happy that I got to share a little bit of my personal life and how I can manage it. Hopefully this works, you know, for some people. I really do encourage you to send it to somebody who you think is really juggling with a lot of different plates just flying in the air, because maybe this is what they needed to hear. Chaos is manageable. You're allowed to structure your chaos, and you're doing better than you think. So I'll see you guys next week.